Charlie Kirk's assassination has the internet in turmoil, and when I say turmoil, I mean conspiracy land. I am going to drop some evidence right now that cannot be overlooked. It's going to be a bombshell that no one is bringing up or mentioning. And right now, you're about to see something that can prove that Tyler Robinson did not and has not worked alone. In this video, we're going to retrace Tyler Robinson's exact footsteps until he left his home in St. George and traveled to Utah Valley University, where he later climbed a rooftop and fatally shot Charlie Kirk. We're going to start this video by following his exact footsteps from the moment he's picked up on CCTV. Let's get into this. I need you to pay very close attention to the parked cars. Notice there's no tinted windows, and as Tyler's walking past, you can see he barely has a limp, and you can see Tyler clearly, his whole body and his abdomen as he's passing by. But Tyler, as you can see, is walking with a very minimal limp, and he eventually stops up here on this corner, and notice that blue car with no tinted windows. Did you see it? I'll rewind it so we can take another look. There it is. He's answering his cell phone. He's making contact with somebody, and this is the first time of many he's going to be doing this throughout this video. He's picking up his cell phone and taking a call. And this is where the bombshell evidence actually begins. I need you to pay very close attention to the cars that are parked along the road, especially the blue one. This is where things get really extremely bizarre. He walks to the corner and again pulls his cell phone out of his pocket, making contact, checking a message, possibly getting his next set of directions. We don't know. But here comes the moment that is the bombshell that's gonna blow the lid off this footage. As Tyler stops at the corner for no apparent reason, we see this government-looking official vehicle pull onto the parking shoulder, slow down, and then drive off, avoiding the blue parked car we mentioned prior. What was that? Why did this vehicle pull up on the shoulder? And this is the point you need to pay most attention. Do you not notice that all these windows are tinted? And take a hard look again. As this car's starting to pull by, what do you see? The bombshell. Notice the vehicle's passenger window is rolled down. The driver's side window is rolled up completely, yet the driver's side window is down. What is this person saying to Tyler Robinson? Are they giving him a code? Did they tell him to move forward? Did they tell him it's a green light? What is this? I'm sorry, this is bombshell evidence. The man or the individual in that vehicle made contact with Tyler Robinson. And then look, nonchalantly as the car pulls away, Tyler all of a sudden has a debilitating limp. And you can see here in the footage prior, barely noticeable. Is this an indicator that Tyler Robinson may be having second thoughts? The internet conspiracies going on right now concerning Charlie Kirk's assassination are out of control. Some of them are just absolutely outlandish, and some of them almost seem like they have a leg to stand on. But I'm going to debunk a few of them right now. Some people are saying that trap door below Charlie, there was a shooter hiding in there. All that is an access door for a water pump, which controls the fountain. And if you don't believe me, go to any water park and look around, you'll see the same exact setup. That is not a hatch for a sniper. And another really fancy one is that Charlie Kirk had a bomb attached to his neck. Here, Charlie, put on this standard earpiece you wear every time we do this so we can communicate in case there's an emergency for our own security. But wear this one today. I realize it has a biscuit on the side of it. Oh no, that's not C4. It just looks exactly like it. Okay. We don't see no bulge in his t-shirt. We see absolutely nothing. That most certainly didn't happen. And the best one of all is from Range Day Bro. Him and his buddies came out saying he was shot from behind, and the internet actually jumped on that like a pit bull on a pork chop. That's not possible. That didn't happen. Nope. You can see clear and plain as day the impact happened on the left side of Charlie's neck, not from behind. They're trying to say there's a possible shooter on the top of the roof directly to Charlie Kirk, to the right of him, up 7 stories in the air. If you do some simple math, you can look down and see the angle was not there. If there was somebody on that roof, at best, they may have been able to see Charlie Kirk's foot. It would have been a blind shot. That did not happen. And we can see from the wire, it most certainly didn't happen. No one shot Charlie Kirk in the side of his skull. And you can see in this footage right here, take a little gander. You tell me what you think. What do you see?
We're not counting gang violence.
I see a wire. And we've got to admit, this video that Range Day put out, this was the most compelling one that we've seen out of all the other conspiracy videos. This almost had a leg. But after analyzing this video, you can see that he clearly made a mistake, 100%. And if you actually think Charlie Kirk got shot in the side of the skull, use this video evidence right here from John F. Kennedy's assassination as a reference. So after seeing this, it's pretty much safe to say we know Charlie Kirk was not shot in the skull. It did not happen. There's not enough violent activity there. You can see what a high velocity caliber round will do. It causes a lot of damage, a lot of overspray. It does not just slip through the skull. So what we're seeing here is most certainly not an impact to a skull. This is soft tissue we're witnessing, and Charlie Kirk, in my opinion, was hit with a tumbling bullet. And that is it, a modified bullet that is tumbling, which struck him in the neck. And tell me what you think in the comments below. Do you think Range Day Bro got it wrong? I'm 100% convinced he made a mistake. Okay guys, in this segment of the video, we're going to continue following where Tyler left off on that corner where the mysterious vehicle pulled up. He starts walking down the street on an extremely busy day. I'm sure town was packed with all sorts of people due to the fact that Charlie Kirk was in town, and it seems like not much is really going on around here other than this university. And here you can see he walks up to the infamous location where he ran out. We'll get back to that later, of course, obviously, but just take a little peek. That's where he came out. He starts limping down the street again, and as we know, he must be feeling a little bit uncomfortable at this point, because we see here when he's picked up on the camera, he's limping a little bit more. His limp is more pronounced, and once you zoom in a bit, you can see that that right leg is now looking like it may be bothering him. I can only imagine the emotions that are going through his mind and the adrenaline that's pumping. And as you can see here, as he's picked up on the camera, maybe he has something wrapped around his leg and is starting to irritate him. Maybe a barrel of a gun? Because when you rewind this footage in slow motion, you can see that he is most certainly favoring that right side. Maybe he's doubting himself. Maybe he is having second thoughts, or maybe he has something tucked in his pant leg. But as we can see, as Tyler Robinson progresses towards the campus to the Charlie Kirk event, his leg is starting to bother him. He's starting to look a little bit uncomfortable here. And if you look closely, it looks like the right leg actually is thicker, has a more of a diameter than the left leg. And that's because some investigators believe that he used an ace bandage to attach the weapon or the gun stock to his leg. If you notice, he is now dragging the leg further and longer than he was previously in the other frames. The diameter of the right leg is far superior to that of his left. He is most certainly carrying and favoring that side of his body. And in this moment here, it almost appears like Tyler is having second thoughts, like he's most certainly doubting himself. And this timing is very crucial because we lose Tyler Robinson for 5 to 7 minutes as he's approaching the tunnel where we pick him up on the security cameras from the campus. And the reason this 5 to 7 minutes is so vital and important is we don't know what Tyler's doing. We do not know if he made a phone call or if he made contact with anybody, but later in this video, we're going to find out that Tyler most certainly did make contact with someone. And this is the moment that is extremely defining for me personally. This shows the point of no return and a change of emotion. Watching Tyler take his first steps into the tunnel, you can see his left leg is pitched out as if he's favoring a stiff or injured right leg. And if you look closely down by his knee, you can most certainly see an imminent object protruding through his pants. At this moment, I'm assuming Tyler can hear the roar of the crowd. He can feel the energy in the air. He is starting to understand the magnitude of the responsibility he has put upon himself. And as he continues down this tunnel, the emotions are starting to set in because we can see here when he's picked up on camera, his hands are clenched. He's starting to feel the rush. Now look closely. As Tyler starts to make his way up the steps, you can see under his shirt looks like he's wearing a vest, a neoprene vest, a light tactical vest, possibly bulletproof. It's something I noticed and I do not think it should be overlooked. The smallest clues will lead to the largest pieces of evidence. And as far as I'm concerned, if this is a tactical vest, it may mean that he has planned this out and he probably is not working alone. And where did that vest come from? As Tyler makes it to the top of these steps and looks down the street and can hear the crowd roaring for Charlie Kirk, the emotions must have been tunnel vision. He must have blocked out everything, because there's no way he could not have been visualizing the mass amount of hysteria he was about to cause. And you'd think that he would just continue straight down to the event, but no, he takes quite the obscure path. Right here, he hangs a hard left, even though Charlie Kirk is less than a quarter mile away at this point. He continues up around the Sparks Automotive building, walking by what I'm assuming thousands of people. This place was absolutely mobbed. Any student that went to college at this campus was there if they could attend. It was a big event. And this man, Tyler Robinson, is walking a path, limping along, dressed kind of suspect, maybe not necessarily, because they are college kids and some of them are bizarre. And as he walks off to the building, he will eventually be jumping off in about 15 minutes. He must be thinking to himself, it is real. Now he's visualizing Charlie Kirk and his team. He's visualizing the access. He's visualizing the sniper point. He's visualizing the act following through. And I'm assuming he may be even visualizing the act failing.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We got him.
And at this point, you would think maybe he would have turned around. But wrong. He proceeds through the building. And I'm assuming when he walked through the door, there may have been some administrative personnel sitting there, just like this right here. And they may have been like, hey, how are you doing today? And he probably said, hi, I'm here for a shoot today. And they may have said, oh, I love photography. And Tyler Robinson, as he walked away, said, oh, I hate it. Maybe that's a little heavy. And as Tyler walks past the administration, he enters this new part of the building where we lose Tyler for around 10 more minutes. You're about to see something that nobody has noticed, and I'm pretty confident that we need to see it. I personally believe I found another bombshell piece of evidence that cannot be overlooked. This evidence may prove that Tyler Robinson was not working alone on September 10th, the day Charlie Kirk was assassinated. I believe I've uncovered some evidence that may change the whole narrative of this Charlie Kirk assassination. In this footage you're about to see, I am going to show you that Charlie Kirk's assassin, Tyler Robinson is not working alone.
We're gonna head over to the protest side with the gate flags. Gonna go say hi to all the allies.
In this video, we can see what appears to be Tyler Robinson walking down these stairs, greeting someone. Who is that person? Because we know for 10 to 15 minutes prior before that fatal shot, he was standing up in that general area. Who is that person he's reaching out to? Who is he communicating with? And is that really Tyler? Did I see him there? Because I believe that is him. It's in the same exact area where he came out in that footage. Because if you look at those timestamps, you can see that Tyler Robinson most certainly is there 10 to 15 minutes before the fatal shot. Who are these people? It looks like we just discovered something that cannot be overlooked, Cash Patel. This one is free, but the next one will cost you. Tyler Robinson has confirmed and solidified the deed will be done. All the discord, all the private messages, all the hate are bubbling to the surface. And as Tyler Robinson walks up the steps to the common area, where he sprints over the first part of the roof, jumping over a retaining wall and hiding where he begins to assemble the gun. And this is where speculation begins, because I'm going to show you now exactly how long it takes for an average person to assemble a Mauser rifle.
We've gotten to our sniper hidey hole. Here goes.
This is just an average guy putting this rifle together, and I think he did it pretty fast.
Rifle is back to the buttstock. Bolt going in. Okay, I have a completed rifle. Now I'm gonna load it.
And look at these bullets inscripted with Antifa chants, memes, and other derogatory comments. With adrenaline raging, he now sprints to the sniper perch. And our country was never the same.
So there's somebody on the roof right there? Just saying? He just ran from over, where's my finger? Well, from over there, ran in, and now he's right there.
Shooting, we heard shots. We heard shots. You guys okay? Okay, love you. Be safe. Be safe. Apparently there's been a shooting. I don't know who's been shot. We are here live at Utah Valley State University. There's been a shooting at the Charlie Kirk event, the TPUSA event. There has been a shooting. Everybody's evacuating. I don't know if that was shots or if that was fireworks.
There it is. He's answering his cell phone. He's making contact with somebody. He's picking up his cell phone and taking a call. And here he crosses the road, running along this fence. We're assuming that he probably took a breather for a moment, probably tried to gather himself, and eventually ended up over here, where he hid the gun, supposedly in a black towel, underneath a bush. And as Tyler's starting to gather himself here, this is where we believe he changed. And a lot of us are wondering why he didn't bury the gun under them pine needles. But we know he did change. He was there for 10 minutes, he got up, and eventually came out over here. And this is where we'll see Tyler eventually coming out of the woods. He sprints across this yard where he runs off in his changed clothes from his black outfit to a pair of shorts and a maroon t-shirt. As you can see, he is sprinting very fast as this camera picks him up. And eventually, he comes out here. And we don't see Tyler Robinson again until after the FBI posted his picture after his arrest. So there is a lot to take in here. We have a lot to go over. We can all see that Tyler Robinson had it out for Charlie Kirk. You can see right here in this video, anybody that had to walk this far and do this and go through all this had plenty of time to have second thoughts. But he, as you can see throughout this video, has been on his phone, making contact, communication with who? Who was he communicating with? In my opinion, he may have been contacting the roommate. We don't know. But he most certainly was in contact with someone from Discord, the roommate, or maybe even a higher outside source that we just haven't put our finger on yet. But as we've seen previously in the video with the vehicle, who was that guy? Who's that dude? Why was that window rolled down? And what did you say to Tyler? We're very curious about that. Tyler Robinson did not work alone. And this, in my opinion, is more than compelling evidence. And Kash Patel and the FBI need to take a hard look into this vehicle and who this person was sitting alone, waiting for Tyler to walk down those steps. We know Tyler Robinson is guilty. There is no second shooter. There is no conspiracy that makes any sense. The angles of a second shooter are impossible. We've seen the crowd instantly respond and turn to the right and look. Anybody that heard the initial shot instantly turned towards the bang, and the bang comes from the roof by Sparks Automotive. Tyler Robinson had unfounded hate, influenced, in my opinion, possibly by the roommate. We don't know that yet. We may never find out because the roommate disappeared. Where is the roommate? Where is everybody that's involved in the Discord group? We know Tyler Robinson did not work alone. I personally believe Tyler Robinson was brainwashed. When he started with the roommate and started joining Discord groups and started talking negative about right conservatives, especially Charlie Kirk, and started gaining some notoriety in the group and started feeling like he had a voice, it started to fuel his hate. And again, being influenced possibly by that roommate, dealing with their downfalls and their daily cries of how rough their life is, only ignited his anger, causing Tyler to become more radicalized and possibly planning with a group or an individual to carry out this heinous crime. And we know this man, Tyler Robinson, did not work alone. The path he took, the confidence he moved with. Personally, to me, it points to an outside entity that was giving him credit and possibly schematics and the confidence to move forward. So in closing today, guys, we can clearly see that we uncovered some compelling evidence. We can see he fatigued himself in the walk. We can see the vehicle with tinted windows with the window rolled down. We can see the impressions of the gun. We can see him having second thoughts. We can see him approaching the sniper den. We can see him interacting with somebody moments before he climbs up to the roof. We can see his escape route. We can continuously see him on his cell phone contacting people. Who are these people he's contacting? And why are people overlooking it? We can see when he jumps off the roof with the rifle. We can see him picking up his sunglasses and messing around to put them back on. We know he hid in the bushes for 10 minutes. We know that he set the gun against a bush but did not bury him in the pine needles. We know that this is getting fishy. So we know he was shot in soft tissue with a tumbling bullet. That bullet actually hit him in his spine and ricocheted and curved into his abdomen, barely not breaking the skin. And we can see this with the velocity from the initial impact. He was not shot to his right. You can see it right here in this reference video from JFK. He was shot from the right side and the man's head whips right down into his lap. Very sad day. I'm sorry I had to show that. But we needed to see it for educational purposes and a reference so you can get an idea of what one of these bullets is capable of doing, especially from generally the same distance from the JFK assassination to basically Charlie Kirk's assassination. And moments like this are the exact reasons people like me, people like you, do not trust people like this, fueling me to dive down rabbit holes and speculation in search of the truth. And I will find the truth. I'm your boy Bear Jags. Thanks for following along on my journey. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button for more exciting content just like this. And until the next one, peace out.